Hi, my name is Jenny. Welcome to my channel JK Star A Reader. Today I'm doing my January TBR. That's right, it's the first TBR of the new year 2024 and I have a stack of books here to talk about, so let's get going. The first book I have to show you is Without You There Is No Us by Suki Kim. And so this is a book that I'm carrying over from last year. I had planned to read it during Nonfiction November, and I didn't get around to it, but I've decided it will be something that I will make a priority to read in the first month of the year. This is a book, a combination of investigative journalism and memoir, where the author goes undercover as a missionary and teacher. She ends up being the English teacher to university students in North Korea, and the students are from elite families from the regime. And so this is a fascinating look at the a country and society that many do not get a sense of what's happening in the closed off society. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. This is Without You There Is No Us by Suki Kim. Next I have another book, and this one is a newer release. This one is Trust by Hernan Diaz. So this is a book that has won praise and awards for the last year or so, and I'm finally getting around to reading it. It seems like the years are going by fairly quickly, and I still have so many books to read, and so this is one of the more recent additions to my library collection, and so I am interested in seeing what this is about. So it says, even though the roar and effervescence of the 1920s, everyone in New York has heard Benjamin and Helen Rask. He is a legendary Wall Street tycoon. She is the daughter of an eccentric aristocrat. Together, they have risen to the top of a world of seemingly endless wealth, all as a decade of excess and speculation draws to an end. But at what cost have they acquired their immense wealth? So yeah, a bit of a deep look at American society at the beginning of the 20th century, and what it means to live in the new world and new century in America. So yeah, Trust by Hernan Diaz. The next book I have to show you is The Death of Mrs Westway by Ruth Ware. So I am slowly going through the back list catalog with books by this author. I've read a few books of hers already, and I am determined to get caught up to her more recent titles. And so this is the next one on my reading list, and so this is a book about a woman named Harriet. She is a tarot card reader as her main way of earning an income, but she is struggling to get by. One day she gets a letter saying that she has inherited a substantial amount of money, and even though she knows she is not the correct Harriet Westaway, she answers the letter and sees where and finds herself caught up into the mysteries and intrigue of the Westaway family. And so we'll see where the mystery goes, as I guess the lead character is finding out about things about a family that she probably didn't really want to find out. So yeah, The Death of Mrs Westway by Ruth Ware. Next, I have a book that I've had on for a while now, and I've been meaning to get around to it. It seems like this is a good time to get into it. It's an older title, and it is called The Fair Fight by Anna Freeman. So this is also a historical fiction novel, and is a woman fighter getting into the ring with another female fighter. And so I'll read you a little bit what it says to give you a sense of what the book is about. So here goes. It says, born in a brothel at the end of the 18th century, Ruth Weber, her toe upon the scratch, is ready to face all comers. Lady Charlotte Sinclair, scarred by smallpox and bullied by her boorish brother, is on the verge of smashing the bounds of convention that have held her for so long. Then there is George Bolden, without inheritance or title, is prepared to do whatever it takes to make his way in the world. So it's a gripping historical novel about three unforgettable characters transcending the circumstances in which they were born. And it is a debut novel by Anna Freeman. So yeah, this is one of those maybe backlist titles that may have been forgotten on BookTube, but I guess it's something to dive in the colder months before the major book releases are being made in the new year. So yeah, The Fair Fight by Anna Freeman. After that, I have The Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. So yeah, I've only read the first book in the series, which has proved to be popular on BookTube a number of years back. And with the new book, an adult title from this author recently released, I thought I would go back to the books that I already had by her. And so this is the second book in the the Infernal Devices trilogy. And so this is the second book, and it follows the story of Tessa, Jem, and another person, Will. So yeah, a bit of a triangle with those three characters. So yeah, Clockwork Prince, book 2 in the Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. Next, I have another book, and this one is Hunting Party by Elizabeth Moon. So this is one of those older sci-fi titles that can be found at used bookstores, and it is definitely a name that I recognize from when I was into fantasy and sci-fi when I was going to high school. And so this is a book that caught my eye while at the used bookstore, and it says on the back, Harris Serrano was an officer born of a long line of officers. Being forced by a treacherous superior to resign her commission under a cloud was not just the end of a career path, it was the end of everything that gave her meaning. Still, even ex-captains grieving for lost careers must eat, and Harris has wound up as captain of an interstellar luxury yacht. Being a rich old lady's hyperlink chauffeur isn't quite the same as captaining a dreadnought, but nothing Harris will ever do again will compare to that. So I guess there's a story before this, but I don't know what it is. And it seems like a fairly easy, quick read from the dimensions of this mass market paperback. So we'll see how much of an adventure and story gets packed into this little volume here. So yeah, Hunting Party by Elizabeth Moon. Next, I have our Homesick Songs by Emma Hooper. So this is a book by an author from Newfoundland, Canada. And this is a book about a family where the parents had to move away from their small town to make a living away from a fishing village that is slowly dying, as many of the villagers leave for other parts of Newfoundland and Canada. And so once as the parents have left, they leave behind their children who are finding different ways to save the village. And so I am intrigued to get into this book. It should be an interesting read. Story about a family and how things pull them away from where they are from because of what's happened to the fisheries as it has disappeared over the years. And so our Homesick Songs by Emma Hooper. Next, I have another book to show you, and this one is Washington Black by Essie Idujen. Sorry, I've heard the name a few times, but I still have difficulty pronouncing it. So this is another historical fiction novel with magical realism elements to it. And I've heard so much about it over the years. I think I had a new copy at one point, but I donated it to a charity bookstore, a charity book sale. But I recently had an interest in reading this book again, so I was able to get this copy secondhand. So I'm interested in seeing where the story goes, as it is. Let's see. It says, when two English brothers arrive at a Barbados sugar plantation, they bring with them a darkness beyond what the slaves have already known. Washington Black, an 11-year-old field slave, is terrified to be chosen as manservant to one of these men. To his surprise, the eccentric Christopher Wilde turns out to be a naturalist, an explorer, an inventor, and abolitionist. Soon, Washington is initiated into a world where a flying machine can carry a man across the sky, where the night sea is set alight with fields of jellyfish, where even a boy born in chains may embrace a life of dignity and meaning, and where two people separated by an impossible divide can begin to see each other as human. Sorry. That is just the first paragraph of the description. So there's more to it, and I'm excited to get to this book. Hopefully sooner than later. So Washington Black by Essie Idujen. And one more book to show you, and this one is The Night Tiger by Zhang Xi. And so I have held on to this book for a while too, and with news of a new book on the way in the new year, I've decided it's time to finally get to this book, The Night Tiger by Yang Si-chu, who is Malaysian of Chinese descent. And this is a story about an apprentice dressmaker who moonlights as a dance hall girl. And it is her trying to pay off her mother's gambling debts and finding herself after with the souvenir that a client has left, and that souvenir proves to take her into a superstitious and magical world. And so I've heard different descriptions of this book before, and there seems to be horror element to it. So I'll see where the story actually goes. So yeah, is The Night Tiger by Yang Si-chu. Okay, that's it for me for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!